Hey, how you doing? It's Jason, Nomadic Pagan. Welcome. We're going to be on week 22 today of the DP Will of the Year. So let's just jump right into it. Hope you all doing well. Week 22, the fourth high day. Explanation related requirement number 2. Meaning and discussion of high days. Required reading. Our own Druidry, page 60 to 72. Hearth and Cultures and High Days. ADF Constitution, Article 4. ADF Court Order Ritual for High Day. There's the link. We're going to go over that today. Special. Optional reading. Our own Druidry, page 49 to 73. The very basics of rituals. Appendix 1. Step by step. I think we went through this 3 times now, but it's good to go over these. Welcome to your 4th high day, High Holy Day, as an ADF Dedicant. Next week's lesson will be a recap of the rite you will do for this holiday. If your culture does not celebrate a specific feast, remember that most cultures had a festival or feast that would have been similar in intent and form, but it may have been celebrated at a different time of year. Unfortunately, much of the work of discovering which festival might match up to which high day must be left to the individual dedicant. Your mentor, of course, is available for some help, but we urge you to seek out one of the culture-specific email lists to ask questions on. Quite often, they will be more help than your mentor can be. The 8 high days are outlined on page 60 to 72 of our own Druidry. If you are not of a Celtic hearth culture, or you simply wish to expand your horizons and try a different culture because you are unsure what to do, locate a feast that seems appropriate, where it gives a short description of the feast. Take that description and work to find a compatible feast in your hearth culture for that particular high day. A lot of the high holy days are obviously agrarian based. If the high day feels irrelevant, seek our relevance. You can find the rhythms of nature. Okay, we're going questions now. Can you find the rhythms of nature in the city? Look hard for them, and I bet you can find something fresh and new in your climate that corresponds with this season. Indeed, the 4th Holy High Day. That's an accomplishment, y'all. Homework. Now in your dedicant notebook, reflect on this High Holy Day. And there's the questions you ask yourself. There's a lot of questions. There, you just written another essay on a High Holy Day, and you're halfway through your training. If you have a local grove that you attend, then you should already have a rite you can attend. Alright, reread this question. If you have a local grove that you attend, then you should already have a rite you can attend. Alrighty. If you are a solitary, and even if you do have a grove, I still recommend, though, you will need to write and perform your own ritual for this rite, because only 4 high days are required to be done as ADF rituals. You don't need to be too concerned with exactly how to do an ADF rite, but you should certainly have something written up, or else go to the ADF website and find a ritual that will fit your hearth culture and use that. We do not expect you to be a skilled liturgist this early in the journey. Make sure you have a rite ready before you intend to do the ritual, though, because last minute ritual writing is never fun for anybody. But if you have ADHD, that's the best time to do a ritual, right, y'all? See Appendix 1 for more information on what the high day is about, where we have provided a number of links to help you think about the high days themselves, and including places to find some example rituals for you to work from. Also, continue visiting that spot that helps you keep connected to nature. You might make notes in your dedicant notebook about what you see, or if there are animals that appear often or plants that strike you as intriguing or odd. Make sure that you also record any experiences of power or sudden flashes of insight that you might have. Finally, write about your 14th week of meditation. Experiences, breath patterns, difficulties, all those things are good to write down. You have been doing your meditations, right? I hope so. Anyway, next week is week 23, 4th day recap for the high day. Also, let's go with this. This is from ADF, the Court Order of Ritual for High Days. I probably should have went with read through this the first high day you did, but we're just going to go over this real quick. The following is a CoOR order ritual for ADF High Day rituals as approved in late 2006 by the ADF Clergy Council. This is not a complete rewrite of our current order ritual, but rather a clarification of what we're already doing, meant to answer the questions. Just what ritual steps are the minimum necessary for a high day rite to be considered an ADF ritual? And in what order should those steps take place? Certain action concepts below are suggested, often listed as may include or is most commonly represented or included in those cases. The main heading is required for a rite to be called ADF. Not just all choices listed, but there may be other acceptable choices as well that aren't listed. However, where the words must appears, this is the required action. Remember that there are usually a strong cosmological or theological reason for each part of the rite to appear where it does. Some modifications to the CoORs are expected, including additions to the main headings, and particularly steps from past order of rituals not specifically listed here. But any such modification should have a particular strong justification. Note also that the following CoOR order is listed of things as ADF ritual does not include. Yeah, that's in the bottom. CoOR order ritual ADF for High Day. Initiating the rite. It may include a musical signal, like a bell, an opening prayer, a processional, and establishing the group mind, so grounding and centering. Purification. This must take place prior to opening the gates. That'd be the sin sing and things like that to get centered. Honoring the Earth Mother. Statement of purpose. Recreating the cosmos. Sacred center must be established in a triic cosmos. So you got your tree, your fire, and your well. Three. The three worlds or realms must be acknowledged. The fire must be included. Sacred center is most commonly represented as fire, well, and tree. Opening the gates must include a gatekeeper. Inviting the three kindreds. Key offerings. This will commonly include invitation of beings of the occasion. They abbreviate those in rituals. Seasonal customs as appropriate. And praise offerings. 9. Prayer of sacrifice. 10. Omen. 11. Calling or asking for the blessing. Hallowing the blessings. Affirmation of the blessings. 14. Workings, if any. 15. Thanking the beings. 16. Closing the gates. 17. Thanking the Earth Mother. And 18. Closing the rite. 18 steps to a CoOR order ritual. Items that ADF rituals do not include are elemental cross symbolism, like the 4 elements in Wicca, casting circles in public rituals, calling watchtowers or elemental guardians, calling the dualistic Lord and Lady, acknowledgement of the one divine being with all power for all, blood sacrifices, and non-Indo-European mythic and deity massifs. There's also the CoOR order ritual tutorial, which I'm not logged in. But anyway, that was the general overview of the CoOR ritual, the steps you need to follow. There's other explanations with the step-by-step through a druid worship. It's 60 pages long. So if you get time, this will tell you. Let me go to that screen. On ADF here, if you get time, it's like 60 pages, and I go through all the steps for you, which will take me a while to read to y'all. I tell you, you can use a screen reader if you want to go through that. The other thing that's a little bit easier to follow is the 3 cranes outline of a ritual. And let's see what that looks like. There we go. It's a little bit shorter. It just tells you a basic breakdown of the ritual. It's a little bit easier to follow than those 60 pages. So you can go there with threekoreans.org/ritual/liturgy. That's how you get there. All right, next week we're going to go over the recap, the high day recap, which, you know, we done 4 times already. So if you want to skip that, you can. But anyway, we'll catch you next week for week 23. This was week 22, 4th high day recap. Blessed be y'all. Catch you later.